Yo, what's up everyone? It's Don Shep here. Thank you for tuning into the channel. You know what it is. We're communicating and stuff. Cool things only. Yeah, I have a very important guest with me here today. He's actually my friend. I met him last year. He's a cool dude. He's a classical dude. Yeah, that's how I'll put it. Yeah. His name is Hauteboyy. But I'd like him to introduce himself. Thank you, bro. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to have a conversation with you. So if you'd like to introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Hauteboyy Mahlangu. I'm the old boy. Old is in like hard boy, but Haute. So I'm a fashion design student. Started studying fashion from 2017 here at Lyshoff when I was doing part-time garment construction, and then moved to Demilin, studied fashion design and retail buying, and then 2019 did high certificate fashion design, and now I'm doing BA in fashion design. This is my first year again, so yeah, that's pretty much me.
That's fresh though, but then like one thing that I'd like to understand, because you're talking about fashion all the way from since 2017.
Yeah.
So I wanna know like where's the passion coming from? Because you've been in this thing like ever since then. And we're in 2020 now, so what kept you going ever since?
Well, my reason why I wanted to do fashion was because I fell in love with it when I was in grade 5, which was 2009. I fell in love with the t-shirt Ed Hardy. You remember Ed Hardy, right?
Yeah.
By Christian ODJ. When I saw that shirt, it changed my life, man. You know, the skull, the bedazzled skulls and like embellishments. It really wanted me to make clothes, you know. At first, it wasn't about that because I wanted to buy that shirt, but I couldn't afford it. It was very expensive.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna start my own t-shirt company.
Dope.
So I had this brand whereby it was a skull as well. I used to call it Toxic, and it was a skull. And then from there, man, that's when I started loving clothes, you know, and the idea of how just a simple fabric can turn into something beautiful, you know, if given to the right hands.
Dope stuff. It's amazing, man. So like since you're talking about a t-shirt that introduced you to the world of fashion or sparked your interest, what is your conversation in terms of people saying a brand right now can no longer be like a t-shirt, it should be more than that? What are your views on that?
It's very good because it broadens ideas, you know. I feel like if it was just shirts, it would limit us as creatives, you know. But because now we can do more than just shirts, you know, we can now like play around, you know, with patterns. We can now make art, you know, instead of just making clothes for people to wear. Now we can have garments that can be displayed in museums, you know, and in art exhibitions. So that's good. I support that truly.
So your views on this conversation is that like creating like more than a t-shirt, it sparks creativity and it broadens the industry. So like I want to understand like what would you say to someone who would like to embark on the same journey that you're on? Because as you said, you started back then in 2017 and you're out here, you're still riding in this journey. So how will you inspire that kid back at home or that old person to start off with that maybe want to drop what they're doing and maybe embark in this fashion industry, as to put it?
That's a good question. I feel like, man, let's be different, you know. Reason why it's very few black people in South Africa, you know, very young black people would want to be designers, you know, or creatives, because in like our world, you know, black people, like when you're growing up, it's either you become a doctor or a soccer player or whatever, but fashion's never been a thought. So I'd love to like encourage parents, you know, to encourage their children to be more than, you know, what's expected, you know. And art is one of the greatest like fields you can ever like run into, and it needs persistence as well, it needs hard work, but at the same time it's fun, man, you know. You can be yourself away.
It's amazing how you put it together, because like to be honest, it's not easy for like someone like myself or even you to like convince someone that I want to be in the artistic industry. It's not an easy conversation. So do you feel that you are grateful to your parents to have allowed you to embark in this journey?
Very much, very much, especially my mother, you know, like my mom let me be whoever I want to be, you know, and she supported my dream. Even though it's difficult, you know, as like a black person, like, you know, you sometimes scared, should I let my child venture into the fashion industry because, you know, maybe there's no income, maybe, you know, how is he going to get a job? But people don't realize like fashion has a lot of careers, man. You know, you cannot only just be a fashion designer, you can be a buyer, you can be, you know, in the sales company, you can be a pattern maker, a seamstress. So like it's a field that people are really sleeping on, and it has a lot of money, a lot. Yeah.
It's amazing. So thank you to Deborah's mom because he's really dope. Yeah.
Oh, hey, mom.
So like, bro, like in terms of, because you're quite a stylish person to start off with.
Thank you.
Ever since I met you, I think the first time I met you, you were carrying like a red, was the trash bag. Yeah, it was super dope. And I think it was the first time I met you, and you look fashionable and you've been consistent like ever since. You never really like be like, today I'm not really feeling it. Like you know how to groom yourself. So like, what inspires your style? And to start off with,
music, definitely music. Like all genres. I feel like any type of genre I listen to gives me a certain emotion and feeling. You know. So if maybe I'm listening to pop, I want to feel funky. If I'm listening to like, you know, your R&B or soul, I feel like rocking a suit. You know. Like every type of song makes me feel like I want to dress a certain way for that song, you know. So yeah, music very like plays a huge role in my dressing and style.
So you are in terms of, because you mentioned a lot of music, and I can, who in the music industry would you say plays a big role in your sense of style? Because I know that you mentioned a lot of different genres, but obviously in your phone there's a playlist which you bump almost every day. So out of that, who inspires your style? Or no, not mainly inspire, but how can I say, spark your interest into the combination of clothing?
A$AP Rocky, you know, A$AP Rocky, man, is the reason why, actually, also one of the reasons why I wanted to venture into fashion. He made me feel confident, you know, in myself. Because there was an era by, you remember, like, whereby it was cool to be light-skinned, you know what I'm saying? And I was dark-skinned, people would be like, you know, in the shadow. So when he came out and like all stylish and all like flamboyant and cocky as a dark-skinned dude, also made me want to come out like, you know what, Nami, I'm dope, you know, Nami, I'm cool, I'm sexy, you know, I felt cocky. So he plays a huge role in my sense of like style, very much so.
And you're dope though, because like you're even embracing your style. It's not that thing of saying, ish, what would they say? You're there, to be honest. So how would you feel like your style and your use, like being a designer, contribute ultimately to the industry?
My style wouldn't contribute much. It's just like me adding on to what other designers have been doing, but something that I'll be doing that's very different from other designers. I feel like it's the impact, you know? I want kids in the townships as well to be talking about fashion. The same way, like, maybe when people in the like streets, when they hear a new song tomorrow, like we're gonna gather around and talk about, did you hear that song? I want my fashion or my runway shows to be talked about in that way and hyped up. Like, did you see the runway? Like, you know, like the whole like produced yesterday, like that was dope. If I can manage to do that, that would be very dope.
It's amazing, dog. So what's fashion for you?
Fashion to me is wearable art, basically. You know, you get art exhibitions where, like, you know, they showcase art. You get music, you know, you listen to it, and fashion is art that you wear it. You know, I feel like also art was invented when the first person who saw an animal, and if we slaughter it and take the skin and get to wear it, I feel like that's when art was invented. You know.
So it's something that creates a conversation.
Very much.
But you have to wear it. You shouldn't just buy it.
Or listen to it. You have to see it, wear it, love it.
So are you more of a sneaker fan, or are you into classical shoes? What's your chat about that?
I started being a sneaker fan recently, especially being here at Last and seeing people. Mostly I wasn't a sneaker fan, but now, now I'm starting to love sneakers. Already.
So what is your conversation about having a lot of sneakers and really get into like only wear one a year or once a month? Or you're more of a person who have like a limited amount, you wear them when they run out, you can actually go by and stuff like that?
I'd rather have limited.
Okay.
You know, I'd rather have limited because what's the use of having things like in your wardrobe and you never get a chance to wear them? You know, I'd rather have like a few pair of sneakers that I know I like and I'm gonna wear. And then if something new comes up, it will be added on to the collection.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So, the final thing, what message would you give to the kid at home watching you right now, or that person? Let me not say kid because I don't like it when people say people are kids. What would you say to that super dope human being watching you at home, being like, wow, I really want to venture into this fashion thing, but I don't really know how or where to start off with?
Like, bro, you know, what I would tell you right now is that, you know, a lot of people will tell you, you know, you don't need school or whatnot. You need education, bro. You need to study the fashion industry. You need to do a lot of research on it. But most importantly, you need to enjoy it and feel it in your heart. Is this you? Don't do it because, you know, a lot of people are creating like cloud, you know, they're releasing merchandise or whatnot. Do it because this is you and this is what you want to be, and, you know, see it as something that, you know, you're going to change the world with this. So yeah, that's what I would say to them, you know.
That's super dope. Like, to be honest, I feel inspired, and I'd like to thank you for like giving me your time to do this, because you're not really forced to do this. You actually like really to have a conversation.
No. I want to thank you, you know, for what you're doing for us people, you know, people that are not known yet, you know, in the industry, giving us a chance. And I feel like from here on, man, may your show blossom and may you grow also as an artist and be, you know, be an inspiration to us and the kids, bro. Away.
Thanks.
Don't share.
Away.